All right, so today I wanted to do a quick technical analysis on JITO. This is a brand new project, just launched not too long ago. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Launched around December 7th last year. We are doing this analysis on the Binance chart. So as you can see, I've already did some technical analysis prior to making this video. I just wanted to walk you through my thoughts. So we have this fixed range volume profile pulled from the very beginning, basically the inception of this project. And to be honest, I kind of want to try to take the this beginning part out. Let me just see. I think I might have even pulled it from right before that first candle. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So yeah, as you can see, we have the fixed range volume profile tool pulled. And at first I only had this pulled to pretty much right here before this massive sell-off. So we had different value area highs and value area lows, right? So if I was to go ahead and take off the extension, you'll see the value area low basically lined up down here. Point of control was right around here, and the value area high was here, which worked well for this first initial test, right? So this came up right to the value area low before getting rejected, and then it just went ahead and blasted through. So after seeing this price action, I just decided to extend it all the way through so we can see the full fixed range of the entire price action. And as you can see, everything else basically lined up pretty well, right? So price came up to the point of control. That's where the most volume has been traded. Got rejected off this daily. Did a double top. And now it's currently sitting right on the golden pocket, which is pulled, as you can see, from the lows here to the high. So price is now consolidating right above the golden pocket. It looks like it wants to come down and test the value area low. And as you can see, the value area low is being expected. So after price came down, sold off. Usually when it loses the point of control, it does move down towards the value area low, and that's exactly what it did. It pretty much touched it to the dollar, right? So we're at 1.7727. Let's look at the low, 1.7745. That's pretty much exact. So that's another reason why I went ahead and extended it all the way, right? So until we see price just completely leave this range, right, slight deviation below the value area low, until we see price really lose this range, I'm just going to keep this fixed range open. By lose, I mean, you just see price start trading above, going into price discovery, or unless we start losing these levels, then I'll start to pull my fixed range from other areas. But for now, everything does seem pretty valid. One thing I do like about JITO is, after we had this deviation of the value area low, we came up, tested the value area high, and I have this monthly level pulled, as you can see. So price tested the value area low, made a nice move up, and it's now trading above the monthly, right? So it closed the 4-hour multiple times. Like this is pretty much, let's just see, is it a few days? Yeah, 1 day, 8 hours. It's been just trading above the monthly, which in my opinion is pretty bullish. That is a nice sign of strength. And as you can see, it has this parallel channel happening right above this level. So if you really wanted to get into your scalp trades, you can go ahead and zoom in on this. Obviously you can see it did play out quite well, just trading these highs and these lows. This channel on its own is about a 5% channel, right? So if you waited for price to come down, you see it made this low, and the moment it made this low, you went ahead and pulled your parallel channel. You could have actually ended up taking the long position, right? You might have came up here, take the long above the monthly level, and rode price right up to the high of the parallel channel. Same thing, right? You see price comes up, sweeps the highs here, and you could have shorted it from the highs, swing failure pattern, targeting the lows. It didn't quite get there, but maybe you'd have took some profits along the way, and then just vice versa, right? Back and forth. It's just currently trading in this channel right now. And this is an interesting channel to trade. Has been going on for quite some time. So in my opinion, I believe this will get broken soon. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches of the lows. You can see right now as well, it's currently doing a swing failure pattern of this local low. So if we go ahead and pull right there, see, price came up, closed above it, tapped it, grabbed a little bit of liquidity, and it's now looking to move a little bit higher. And it's pretty much done that the entire time, right? So you could go ahead and let's just say you use this low. You could have joined this trade here, this long, swing failure pattern, entered right here, stop loss below the wick. You would have never got stopped out, and you would have rode that up 4%. Same thing down here, it happened again, right? Very tight, very close, but it did happen. Price came down, tested this level one more time, swing failure to low, grabbed a little liquidity, and impulsed higher, right? For another 3%. The shorts would have been a little bit more difficult on this one because price did not come up and resweep these highs. It just tested the range highs, which, you know, this could have been a nice short here. It did do a swing failure locally on the 5-minute. So you could have swing failure this not so much, but you can got it on a retest. And then this one, it just didn't quite get there. So yeah, with GTO, let's go ahead and delete some of these. I think it is at a very interesting level. I think it is at a level too long, but with these longs, you have to be a little bit cautious, right? Because the next pivot low that you would really want to place your stops below would be down here. This is where I feel a little bit more comfortable. It's below the golden pocket, below this previous swing failure, which I'm going to go ahead and delete, below the value area low too as well, which I believe is around 7% away. So if you want to place a stop 6.5% away, it's not really the best thing to do, but that's where I would think it'll be safe. You can go ahead and manage your position size, but then you're really scaling down. So in my opinion, I think what the best thing you can do if you have time to monitor it is put your stops below. There's a little pivot right here, right? Below this low, it's pretty close, but at this point, if price comes down here, you should pretty much be out of the trade. And I say that because you've lost the parallel channel, you've lost the monthly, you've lost the golden pocket. Well, pretty close actually. No, you didn't lose the golden pocket, but you lost the pivot low and this pivot low too as well. So you lose a lot of key levels. You know, price could come down, resweep the lows, reclaim the monthly again before going back up. But at this moment, it's just been trading in this channel, respecting these levels. Let me go ahead and delete this. So it's looking quite good, right? A long from here doesn't seem like a bad idea. It did do a local swing failure, like I said. And then with that being said, you can then go ahead and look to target higher prices. And where would you look to target? So you could pull your fibs, golden pocket right there. Let's see where the 50% lines up, and the 382. So the 50% pretty much is a nice little target. It seems like that's where you look at this. So this is where resistance was, right above here. All right, resistance, broke through, support, broke down, resistance, all the way down. So you can pretty much target this level right here, right? 15% away, maybe take profit at the 382. You can do that. If you want to pull your fibs from this high, you can do so as well. And look at that, your golden pocket lines up with the 382. It's pretty bullish. And look at this, the 382 down here lines up with this pivot low. But in this case, it's a little bit too close. You'd kind of want this trade to ride just a little bit. So now seeing that, I would really target this area here, 2.1456. Okay, and that's just for what's going on right now. Obviously, if we lose this level, a very important level to watch is this untapped weekly level below. This would be a great area to enter a long position. Let me go ahead and just see what's going on the daily. Yes, there's also a couple daily levels down here too as well. All right, so there's a lot of stuff happening here. You can go ahead and also put, this is a swing failure. These are all swing failure levels here. Obviously, a ton of liquidity is just being built at these lows. So that's where price would target, just to grab some liquidity, maybe even below this low too as well. So a nice setup would be for price to just fail, sweep these lows, grab some liquidity, come back up, close above the weekly. If we could close above the weekly, that's a pretty solid entry trigger for me. It shows a little bit of sign of strength. And that at that point, you're going to have a change in market structure on the lower time frames too as well. But locally, looking at it right now, the only thing you could really trade would be this range until it breaks, which it looks like it is going to break very soon. It also looks like price does want to come down and retest these lows, which would also be a very nice entry, because you would then get a, one second here, an SFP off the value area low, and then right there would be a solid entry right there, right? So just to make this a little bit cleaner, be best for price to come down, sweep the lows, grab some liquidity, come back up, retest the value area low, and then continue to higher prices, right? And that's where would be the best place to long. Locally, a solid place to long, lose these levels, price comes back up, closes above the monthly, retest that level right there, and then enter a long right there. And then, yeah, you know, it kind of is in reverse for the short positions too as well. But as for a short, you know, everything is pretty far away. You do have, I mean, this is a support resistance level. This is technically a daily too as well. So this is a pretty significant resistance. So you can take a short at this level. Let's remove this for now. But that's where I would be more interested in a short. The best short is obviously up here to break through the point of control, daily, come back, back test this, and then move a little bit lower. Very similar to what happened here, right? Price came up, touched the daily, closed below the point of control, and moved down. So usually if it taps that level again, it might not hold. Then price might actually go ahead and target the weekly above, which would be the best short, as long as we do have signs of weakness. And then you go ahead and enter your short position right there. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it with JITO. Very interesting project right now. I think, you know, it's just basically a price action coin, as I like to say. You know, a lot of price action, a lot of volume, a lot of stuff going on with this project. It has a lot of hype behind it. I think just because obviously it's on the Solana network, but in my opinion, it is something to keep your eye on. It did just launch. It obviously sold off, found some strength, found a bottom, right around here. So you know this is a very strong bottom. So if price does manage to come down here, that's a pretty good sign that it's a great area to enter along. And usually when coins launch, they try to retest the highs at some point. So, you know, if you're willing to play the patient game, I'm sure in a few months you will most likely get a nice little 133% gain. I'm sure it'll probably blow past the previous high and then even go into price discovery. So 100% is not impossible. It's something I can see happen, most definitely. And I say that because a lot of these new projects did do the same exact thing, right? Like just take a look at, let's take a look at this chart and let's just go to Aptos, right? Look at that. Came down, sold off, found a little buying pressure here, and then impulsed way higher, right? Pretty sure same thing happened with Arbitrum, right? A little sell-off, impulse, found a bottom, price came up, price discovery, blew past the previous high before selling off. Let's see, is there another one that came out recently? Blur too as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at Blur. So Blur is actually on its way up. So it didn't recall, I mean, kind of did, but this one happened very soon, right? So price came in and it's retested the highs, and after it retested the highs, sold off. So everything seems to sell off as soon as it retests the high of the previous launch. And then there's another project, I'm pretty sure, which came out not too long ago. Might have been Optimism. Let's see here. Yes, Optimism came close, but not quite. But you get the gist, right? I kind of did. Look at that. Look at that. Exactly like I was saying. So it seems to be the trend here. Pith is another one that recently just launched, found a bottom, and it looks like it's trying to grind a little bit higher to tackle the previous high. So for Pith, these highs are currently about 52% away. So, you know, you tell me which project seems to be the best when it comes to an upside potential currently. And from the price where it's at now, JITO, if it goes ahead and tackles the launch high, it's about 160% from these prices. Now, if price drops a little bit lower and you get a buy-in from down here, you're talking 232%, right? So we don't know what's going to happen, but at this moment, it is a very interesting area. It reclaimed a lot of important, strong levels. So I would expect price to move higher as long as Bitcoin stays neutral or at least a little bit bullish. At this moment, though, it just did like a quadruple top. And I would not be surprised if price comes down just a little bit more to these levels. I'm thinking it wants to retap the value area low, sweep the liquidity, and do something like this one here. All right. Should go green. Green means go green, right? So I'm thinking it really wants to do something like that, right? So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Remember to hit like and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on X at Navitility. I'm going to try to do more specific videos on coins. I think I like to do these a little bit more than I like to do the live videos. I don't really have too many people following me yet to do the live videos. So I'm just going to stick to these for a little bit. I might do maybe one live on the weekend or until I gain a little bit more followers and you know, people want to see some live streams, or if the market is giving us some nice price action, I will jump back in. But in the meanwhile, like, subscribe, follow me on X. Obviously, I have a trading view too as well. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do have a Telegram where I try to post. This is where you kind of get more of my trades. I'll actually post where I go long, short in my Telegram, so feel free to join. Trading view, I post as often as I can. I think I haven't really posted in a few days, but you know, I still do. Last time I posted was on the 19th. That's about 6 days ago, so almost a week ago I posted. But yeah, follow me on here too. Not too much, but I'm gonna keep up with this, and yeah, I'm learning a lot, and I want to teach you guys what I learned. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And obviously I follow a lot of great accounts. But yeah, check out my Twitter, like, subscribe. And there's the little sell-off from JITO, as I was saying. It's tackling the bottom of this parallel channel. So let's just see what happens in the next few minutes here. I'm assuming Bitcoin is selling off. Let's just go ahead and take a quick look at Bitcoin before we go. Yeah, it's beginning to dump a little bit. As you can see, it cannot close above this area once again. Let's go to the 2 hour. Interesting. Yeah, I just cannot seem to find consecutive closes above this low, right? This low pivot. And now it looks like it's coming right back down and gonna test 38.7. So let's go ahead and keep an eye out for that. But yeah, that's it for GTO. I'll do another project tomorrow. I think what I might do is, I kind of want to do Manta, but you know, there's just not too much price action. But this coin is definitely a lot of hype behind it. Yeah, there's not really much going on. Resistance, broke through. More than likely will come down and test resistance one more time. If it tests this level, then it's off to the races, and then it'll probably go ahead and try to tackle its launch high, right? Just like any other project, which is from where it's at now, about 82% away. But if you're getting down here, you're talking 123%. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's it for GTO. actually, we're going over here. Like, subscribe, follow me on X. Appreciate it. All right, and look for another video tomorrow. Thank you and take care.